color cover page, and it's the lead for Weekly Shonen Jump Up, baby! It's doing so good! What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I'm doing to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Here's another fun fact. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. I mean, like, it's literally peak sheet every week sheet, dog. You know I got a praise drop for it. And look at how gorgeous this is! Shiro Uzaki-sensei, what have you been eating? How much juice did you drink? Why is this so good? Why is this so good? Look at Ichi, dog. The color design was even more. I love the radiance. And very specifically, the spectrum of colors used here. Obviously, you still have the bright gold, which is directly associated with royalty. And then you have the gradient purples into the different, like, literally different types of purples, the two different things that make up purple, like seemingly a slightly desaturated red and a desaturated blue, which come together with purple. Purple is the color of royalty. I like how it fades into the different things. I love how you still see the feathers in the design. They go into, like, the pure matte black. And then, of course, you still have the different royal designs and detailing. I still like the hat. I like the fact the most that the hat does disappear when it's Ichi, because he's no longer a witch. He's just, like, the king Majik in human form. Like, it's just such a good design. It's such a good design that literally, as I'm already designing for my avatars for next year, because I am finally going to go back, right? If you notice, throughout all of this year, the intro's been the same JJK upside down Awakened Gojo reference intro. I'm finally actually locking in. I've already completed the Ichi profile for next year. So when we do Ichi the Witch reviews or any Ichi the Witch discussion videos next year, there's going to be a reference post, and it's literally just Ichi. A very specific pose that you'll recognize immediately once you see it, because of course you will, because it's that good. Like, this is just an amazing design. It's just gas. It's just gas, and I love it, and it's amazing, and my toes are curled. Even the color page for Shonen Jump, it's a shared one, Kagurabachi. Both my peaks, both my weekly pre-draw peaks are just going crazy. They're just like, they know they're gas. We are gas. We together are gas. They together are gas. And this is beautiful. It's perfect. Kizashi, once again, a fantastic design, and I think a design that works infinitely better in color. I think the main issue with Kizashi is them looking technically a little bit bland in the manga itself, because it's purely black and white. I know Shiro Uzaki does the best they can with that, but once they get to add some color to them, it looks really, really cool. Though I will admit, knowing that they're gamma-based, and me associating gamma with green, I kind of wish they did have some more green detailing, but at the same time, the blue works, and the light maroonish purple works, because they are mainly a sea creature first, right? Like, they are meant to be a squid, and like squids also mostly do have that like purple-ish detailing sometimes, and the blue works with the water, so it still works, and it's very well done. So overall, just two fantastic character designs back there. What's the name? Sorry, I'm going so far deep into glazing the artistic and how well Ichi the Witch is doing, thankfully, that I forgot to say chapter 61, 61st Hunt Vitals. Interesting. Oh, and I know I want to apologize a little bit. I'm getting a little bit on Shiro Uzaki-sensei and some of Nishi's case for being one-shot merchants. But, as people point out, yeah, technically there still is more time for like an actual fight to happen. And it's very unlikely that Hitsugi actually did get erased from existence, as he is a Majik. So he's going to come back just fine. And notably, like I mentioned even in last review, the World Hater staff isn't gone still. And obviously, Gokuraku being set up to having to protect Minerva, protect Jiki Shirone / Sammy, to protect Kumugi, to protect the unconscious Ichi. That clearly needs to go somewhere. We're probably still not anywhere near done with the arc, so there definitely is still more time for a fight. I think I was feeding for a 4-way fight, and it's clear that Hitsugi is not ready for a 4-way fight, at least from last chapter. So there is that. Man, this design is just so good, man. Like if I didn't make my own profile pictures, this would be a profile picture. This was legit. Like if I'm pushing the Ichi the Witch agenda, dog, it's either a Desarros image or it's this image right. He looks so cool. Ah! All right, let's keep going. Let's see what's the rest of this. Ooh, interesting. But this makes sense though. These are the reason this is all 4 of these guys, or all 3 of these guys. Technically 4, because Ichi's also here too. At least his body is. It's because they are like the Majik supremacists. Obviously though, like, I'm not going to say Uro capping, but as Ichi pointed out very early on in the narrative, if you actually cared about Majik, you would have like cared a little bit more about Inazuri and now how we treated him, but you clearly didn't. You're actually just oh, interesting. He doesn't even have a counter. He just has hearts. I guess because he's like meant to be in love or like really want to be friends with Ichi here, because it's weird that he doesn't have his normal counter here on his chest. He just has 3 hearts. But I'm assuming all 3 of these are together. And I really like Hitsugi's design. Like, it wasn't... Red is not what was coming to mind here. Like, red with a gradient was not coming to mind here for the color scheme for Hitsugi. But it works. And I honestly actually like that, because I assume this will transition to, like, a red mane, because he's a Leo campus, right? So like he has that massive flowing mane with his very long neck. So like it very much reminds me of a more saturated Mufasa and Simba, or even like about the same saturation. In fact, the gradient here into like the desaturated purple actually makes the bright red of Simba and Mufasa a little bit more saturated. But I like that because, you know, the lion with a massive red mane. Like, I do hope we get to see Hitsugi's true form actually fight a little bit. At the same time, though, I understand why we aren't showing off too much of the top tiers fighting just yet. But still, they're all here because they don't like humans, right? Like, or they view humans as playthings or things to be trampled over. Hitsugi's, like, just truly a Majik supremacist. He's like, the strong deserve to live. The strong Majiks deserve to live specifically by any means necessary. Hisashi just believes the strong deserve to live, but he thinks humans just in general are innately weak, so he doesn't respect any humans at all. So that's why he believes only strong Majiks should live. And obviously, Ichi only views, or Uro himself, obviously, he only views the strong as things to, like, even somewhat respect and possibly even steal from. And he hates when other people would dare speak down on him, as we saw with his reaction to Kizashi. Even though he did end up turning more positive towards Kizashi, I think Kizashi's more like, please hurt me, daddy, nature that Uro brought out of him. But still, another character who couldn't care less about the weak. And even doesn't even care much about Majiks. And I think that's another interesting thing, right? I think ultimately, if Kizashi were to run into Goku... Goku's a bad example. If Kizashi were to run into Krillin, he'd love Krillin, even though Krillin's a human. But if Uro were to run into Krillin, he'd be very annoyed that Krillin's stronger than him. He wouldn't care that he's strong. In fact, he'd be annoyed by that. Hitsugi would also hate a strong human. So, like, Kizashi's actually unique. And it's why you could eventually see Kizashi, of any of the 7 stars that we've met so far. I'm not sure if Hitsugi still counts, or if he's, like, something above the 7 stars, or parallel to them. Of all the 7 stars I've seen so far, I could see Kizashi eventually coming around and being like, well, you're strong too? Okay, gang, I'll rock with you. Like I could see him folding eventually once our cast gets strong enough, or once Desarros gets deflected on him enough, and proves she's actually strong herself. Because Kizashi feels like he's only around because he's only encountered strong Majiks. He hasn't really encountered a strong witch yet. But if he ever were to encounter a strong witch strong enough to actually, like, keep him entertained, I think he'd actually be down with it. In the same way that he was down with Chrono. He's a man of circumstance for how he glazes Majiks. Uro's a man who glazes himself and happens to fear/respect other Majiks of decent power and doesn't seem to expect much out of them. Like, he didn't seem to be really mad at Chrono Weaver or Crow for not completely respecting him, so he let that slide. Meanwhile, Hitsugi, he once again, he seems like a guy who kind of bends over for anyone stronger than him, but very specifically only strong Majiks. He's a Majik supremacist. So, very interesting trio we have here. Sorry, I'm wasting so much time on this color cover page because it's so beautiful and I want to keep looking at it. But let's actually hop into the chapter itself. It's chapter 61, Vitals. Oh, okay, so he's interesting. He's regenerating from the skeletons. I thought they were all wiped out last chapter. Guess not. Let's see. Hitsugi! No! Hitsugi got turned into dust! If I sweep it all up and dump water on it, they'll grow back. Or won't they? Oh, if they don't, then that means they were weak. Oh, well. But see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, right? He doesn't really care. He like, that's the thing. I literally just talked about it with Kizashi, and I'm glad that we see that. I mean, though it's clear that he's going to presumably regenerate. It looks like he's regenerating off the remaining corpses. I thought Kuro one-shot all those last chapter, but maybe he only one-shot some of them. But, with that being the case, look at how simple it was. He was like, oh, well, I guess he was weak. So I guess it doesn't matter. He doesn't really care. So I feel like if another species were to prove himself strong, then Kizashi would love them, regardless. He'd be like, please keep bullying me. I love you. Like, probably not romantically. I don't think we're meant to read the Uro, Ichi, and Kizashi dynamic as romantic, but still, very strong platonic love. So I do like that we're staying consistent with that aspect of Kizashi's character. He's like, I don't care. If you're strong, you're strong. If you're weak, you're weak. Because clearly, this is meant to imply that Kizashi's gone through the same thing. He's just come back. He doesn't care. He's literally indestructible in that sense. But for Hitsugi, if he couldn't actually come back from this, so he obviously will, then he would just be weak, and then Kashi would move on. Still, though, one thing I need before this arc is over, I need to see him interact with the World Hater. Specifically, not Hitsugi, specifically Kizashi. I want to know how that went. How is he not best friends with the World Hater? Like, I need to know that. Let's see. Because he is one of his 7 stars. How is he not friends? Let's see. Yo! Wait a minute! Why does he have it on, though? Hold on! Is that Dior? Like, what is he? Why is he fitted up like that? Why does he look so clean? The black sparkles and everything. Why is the fit? The hair's down, so he's so majestic. Why are you not going to your Leo campus? He must not need to be in humanoid form to wield the staff. There's no reason. Like, why is he not fighting in his Leo campus other than the fact that it's hard to draw? Other than it's hard to draw and be hard to fit in single panels. That's the meta reason why. At least if I'm hazarding a guess. I know she was like it's a monster, but note how we've only seen the Leo Campus full form once because like on the draw. But also, you know, Leo Campus don't have thumbs, so they probably can't wield a staff. So like in universe it's probably that, but out of universe it's probably hard to draw. But man, why is he so Desarros? Stop looking so mad. I need you to start gifting people. But interesting. So the dust comes together, it swirls around some of the remaining people, crushes them into together, creates a whole new fit, and gives them a new physical form. All right, let's. Oh, no! I look, you want this fit? Yo, I may have to cosplay Hitsugi myself. I do not have the hair for it. Let's see. Ugh. They were built a body for themselves out of human corpses. Secret fiend. They must really want to keep their true form hidden. Ah, that could also be it. That is interesting though. That is very interesting. The idea that like he needs, but that may mean that him revealing his Leo Campus form may actually end up giving a massive secret away to his trial. Because why would he not fight like that? And also, once again, it could just be like a stab. He doesn't have hands. That's a Leo Campus. What, he's gonna with a stab in his mouth? He's gonna like pull a KH2 Sora and just and then just do it like that. Even though KH2 Sora does hold it in his tail when he's sealing the keyhole. Well, not seeing the keyhole, he like opens the gate. I don't know. That's weird. As regular Pat, now that regular Pat has pointed out the fact that what is Sora even doing in that world, shooting at Mufasa with the light beam? There are no more worlds beyond Pride Lands. What world is he going to? It actually doesn't make sense that there's a gate object and that Mufasa is that. That's been pointed out to me, now I can't unthink about it. But he does hold it with his tail. I didn't believe that Hitsugi does have a tail, but maybe not. I don't know. It's weird. Let's see. But I do like that Desarros is pretty easily able to tell. Yeah, it is like a true form thing versus a false form. Though the false form does seem to be weaker. I don't know. We still don't have enough context for Hitsugi, which is a good thing. I think, considering what Hitsugi's meant to be, or is at least implied to be, I think it is very, very telling that he's going out of his way to hide so much. Let's see. As powerful a Majik as you are, I go out of my way to be polite, to butter you up, to make you a most gracious offer to join us. Oh, you're back! Yay! And you counter with love? My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. I knew you'd be... I have a friend like Kizashi, and I love them, but I also want to beat the taste out of their mouth. Because they are one of those, they will flip in a heartbeat. And I know that. That's why I never trust them with anything too deep. They're like, and one of them friends, I'm like, okay, if we're gonna have a good time, I want you here, but I'm never giving you nothing, because they should tell you fall in a heartbeat. But... Kizashi, oh man, I still love Kizashi though. Just like I do love that friend stuff. I'm like, I can't trust you. I know for a fact. Let's see. You, Jishirone. It's interesting though. Do they not even know? I guess they wouldn't know. Like, why would they know? They don't even know, or if they're not saying Sammy or whatever the Prophecy Magic's true name is, because Jishirone is the name of the witch, not actually the name of the Majik. Let's see. You, Jishirone. How so many Majiks allowed themselves to be infected with human brain rot? Oh, I love you. Somebody, she says, y'all are hilarious. I mean, probably more than you think, man. Probably more than you think. Let's see. Human brain rot. Oh, I've had enough. Kizashi? Oh, he's immediately getting up the staff. Interesting. I have a request. What is that gonna be? What? Okay. So that's how it ends. So it's not so interesting. The World Hater himself still isn't going to make an appearance. I think that's fine. Though. I think the World Hater just chilling for most of the time and only going out when he feels like it is like good for the character, and also a good way to nerf the character. Else they'd have to constantly worry about World Hater. They couldn't, like, the story. World Hater is one of those antagonists where you kind of can't have them move too much. Like in the story I'm writing, I also have the big bad is also a character like that. He literally just, or they literally, because they don't really have a gender. That character literally can't move. Like if they go too far away, they can like leave for like half a second, and they could wreak a lot of havoc in that half a second. Not only is that not in that character's motivation to wreak havoc, but also if they ever were to like disappear, the thing that they're doing would suddenly leap back like way more in progress. It's taking all of their energy to do what they're actually doing, so they can't move all too much. And that's how I lock them off and prevent them from just low diffing my main cast. Because if they could move freely, they would low diff the main cast. And there's also other, like, in-universe and character motivations behind why a lot of the stronger characters in the verse who know about my main cast aren't just immediately falling out the sky and bullying them until a specific event happens. But in this case, I'm assuming it's just the World Hater's character and nature that's like, I'm not going to go out. Even though they like, for all intents and purposes, if the World Hater really wanted Ichi dead, they could have shut up at any time. Hitsugi showed up. Clearly they know where Ichi the Witch is. Clearly they know where he stays at. Hitsugi could have gone and slayed Ichi in that entire 3-day period he was knocked out. Or he could have shown up before this and done this. Or the World Hater himself could have shown up. What is Desarros going to do to fight the World Hater in a 1v1 while Komugi, Jiki Shirone, Minerva, and all that, even with Crow's support? Like, I legit think the World Hater could come and show up and handle this themselves, but they just don't feel like doing that. And it's also probably, like, somewhat against their nature. There's probably some hardline rule. Because otherwise, they should just show up and body bag. Let's see. Go. Find Chrono Weaver's mate. Slaughter her and the baby she's carrying. Now. Yeah, y'all need to get moving. Get active there. Get active. Let's see. Both Desarros and Crow are like, we will fry you. Let's see. Will they be able to escape, though? Let's see. Oh, I get to use Lord World Hater's staff. But see, like, how do you know he's so strong? Why do you know he's Lord World Hater? Why is he not your best friend? Do you not reach him? How are you one of his 7 stars? He's actually, I need to see some more character dynamics with you. At least we got to see Hitsugi interact with World Hater. Let's see. Ichithewitch 2. Kill him on sight. If he dies, all the Majik he's acquired will be released. I'm sure King Uro will be grateful to you for that. And of course, he's also going to be like, I can free my best bud Uro? And then he can fry me over and over again? Yes! But please, someone stop him. Someone stop. Get that staff out of his hands. Though admittedly, it's clear, like I mentioned in last review, the staff couldn't even be accelerated. The staff alone transcends Chrono's power, clearly. At least this nerf Chrono. Which is crazy to think about. It didn't even hit me. Yeah, Chrono's nerfed still. And he's still practically one-shot Hitsugi. That's actually kind of insane. How powerful is Full Power Crow? Let's see. But I'm sure... I do love how Uro's drawn here. He's not even given, like, his full typical form. He's given his little imp form. Let's see. We'll be grateful to you for that. He'll gladly keep his promise to be your friend. I do like how... That implies that Hitsugi really has just been chilling around listening. Because, like, how does he know about that? Let's see. Wait a minute! Then, if I slaughter that woman and the baby, and Ichi the Witch too... Bunches of besties! See, the unfortunate thing is, because Kizashi is quite the bit of a freak, and, like, very clearly... Can I say that word? Kistic Masso, backwards. Like, you know what the word I'm talking about. He's in the pain, essentially. Chrono being extremely mad at him for slaughtering Minerva would actually make Kizashi very happy. Like, the heart keeps popping out. But it would actually make him absolutely insanely happy if they were both just brutalizing him. He's just into that. So, like, yeah, he actually would want Chrono angry if anything. Let's see. A bunches of besties! Back in a sec! And he's gone. Please, someone. Okay, Chrono? Good. Chrono, please stop that man. Yeah, alright. So it is the staff. The staff itself is immune to Chrono's powers. That's good. That is a good, once again, a good way to... Everything... Now, I respect Shiro Uzuzaki Sensei for going out of their way to, like, not necessarily undo, right? Because the World Hater technically didn't lose. He just didn't win. It was a stalemate, right? And he was pretty much stalemate against Desarros after being decapitated while he barely did any damage to Desarros. Like, he blew apart one of her braids and, like, put a few marks on her face. So clearly, Desarros was relative. He didn't necessarily lose to Desarros. And he was never going to lose to Desarros, right? He wasn't even going to lose to Desarros and Toge. So he was just like, there's no point. I'm not going to keep fighting you two. I'm never telling you my trial. You're never going to make me tell you my trial. And you're not capturing me. Deuces. So he legit just left. And obviously, Desarros had other things to take care of there. But because of that, I, and presumably a couple others, I'd seen other people kind of hold my same opinion where, like, the World Hater, he doesn't really feel like a final antagonist to your threat. I don't really get it based on, like, the scaling of it all, especially with Desarros being so powerful. But now, by having something as simple as his staff be immune to something as powerful as Chrono's complete dominion over time, implying either, one, that the staff transcends time itself, or two, is so, like, unageable, old, and ancient, even when Chrono accelerated it to the end of its existence, not a thing changed about it. Because it's, like, once again, sort of transcendental to time. This is all good World Hater upscale. Kizashi is good World Hater upscale. Hitsugi is good World Hater. Like, every single antagonist, every single one of the 7 stars that serves beneath the World Hater acts as World Hater upscale. It's kind of like how every Akatsuki member was kind of just upscale for pain. And then in turn, Pain was just upscale for Obito, and in turn, Obito was just upscale for Madara, and then Madara was just upscale for Kage. Like, it's just consistent upscale. And now, where we never really had to worry about Kage being put at, like, the bottom of the food chain and needing, like, upscale, it's not like even the World Hater was ever put at the bottom of the food chain. He just seemed like he was in the food chain. But now it's clear that he's just beyond the food chain as it stands right now. If even a weapon of his, just his singular staff, is so far above the food chain. And thusly, he's getting juicy upscale that's making me fully believe the World Hater is a threat requiring, like, an EOS Ichi to actually stand up to. Which is good. I think it's a good thing. Let's see. Alright, so the staff manifests some of the rot. Okay, interesting. Some of the bubble. It warps the bubble. The pause bubble. Interesting though he didn't, like, capture all of it. Like, why did he leave a piece of the staff out? But since a little bit of it spawns outside the staff in the decayed... And that's interesting. Like, technically, is that technically... Well, I guess because it's part of the staff is out. It may have been, like, an automatic response from the staff. I'm not sure if Kizashi himself managed to activate the staff from inside. But technically, this could low-key be, like a... Because this is a stop time feat, right? This could be Kizashi moving in stop time. Inaccessible Ichi the Witch? Do we finally solo JJK? It only took 61 chapters? Yeah, but I'm kidding. Let's see. What? Wow! This staff sure has some power! Interesting. Like, I guess he just never knew. Let's see. Of course. It's Lord World Hater's Shakujo staff. Sinosura. It's one of the only handful of weapons that are capable of warping magic and destroying Majiks. Okay, but interesting. That opens up a door. That opens up a door. I like that. I like that a lot. Hitsugi, once again, and this is the important thing. This is why I'm saying Osabu Sensei is such a fantastic writer. It's because they're doing both, right? By glazing the World Hater staff alone, right? Like, obviously this just glaze for World Hater himself, right? The whole idea that we're upscaling World Hater. But World Hater is now just being put at the top of the food chain and not fully transcending it in the same way that, like, the deities would in certain narratives. By having Hitsugi say it's one of only a handful of weapons. And note how he doesn't say it's one of only a handful of the World Hater's weapons. It's one of a handful of weapons. Meaning that a character like Goku Raku, who upgrades himself with, like, magical tools and stuff like that, could hypothetically get his hands on a weapon that exists out there that's capable of warping magic and destroying Majiks. Ichi could get a weapon that allows him to be capable of warping magic and destroying Majiks. Desarros could go, like, essentially, our cast and crew, there are things out there in the world that are established to be capable of dealing with these high-tier, epic-tier Majik threats that are, like, serving the World Hater. It exists. It's possible. So... And also, obviously, the World Hater, at its core, despite being so transcendent of everybody else, is still a Majik. So if they find another weapon like Sinosura, the Shakujo staff, they could be in for some good stuff. And once again, it's interesting that this is being used by the World Hater, and it's connected to the World Hater's magic clearly, but it's described as, like, a weapon that's almost separate from them. Like, did they make it? Did they create it? Did they find it? I don't know. Let's see. If they get in your way, use that magic to destroy Chrono Weaver. What? But Chrono's my best friend! What do you care? You can destroy them, that means they're weak. Can he destroy you? Can he destroy you? Are you weak? Like, wait, we can't do that kind of criteria. We can't do that kind of... Oh, well, obviously, I know he's literally just got... That's the thing, though, like... Desarros, stab Hitsugi in the face! Stop letting him talk! But... Very specifically... I get why he's doing this. He's specifically gaslighting Kizashi in the moment. But, like, you open up a slippery slope. It's kind of like, I saw a video of this. It was like a little girl who was hanging out with her uncles, and they were washing a car. And the little girl, she was given the like the power washer thing, that water, and she was washing the car at first, but then, like, it hit her that she had the power washer. She had the water, the powerful thing that was washing the car. So she just turned it on one of her uncles, and the uncle had to run away. And then the other uncle who was recording was laughing. She then was like, "Why do you think you're safe?" And she turned around and launched the water at him too. So, like, giving someone as innately childish as Kizashi the power to destroy you, in the same way that they gave the little girl the power to hit them with high-pressured water, wasn't really the best idea. So, I mean, obviously it'll most likely work out because Kizashi is very one-minded and single-focused. But actually, I would not trust... Like I mentioned earlier with my friend, who reminds me of Kizashi. if I did, like, they visited, they've seen the collection. I would not trust them with any of the actual sharps. I wouldn't trust them with any of the swords. The most dangerous thing I've let them hold was this Mjolnir. The one that's plastic. Like, it would still hurt if swung hard enough, but like, I was like, don't touch too much. I want you, not even in the sense I expect them to just suddenly swing on me, but in the sense of like, I don't want you to break anything. Because those are like real metal, and you could actually do some damage to my domicile if you were to swing it around, or you could hurt yourself or others. AKA me. So I didn't trust him too much. Same thing with Kizashi. I would not give Kizashi that much power, but right now, it's clear that Hitsugi, I guess, wants to run the ones with Desarros. With no staff, so we may get Hitsugi upscale, let's see. And if they're weak, they aren't fit to be your friend. Okay. Oh yeah! Good point! Come on, Chrono! Let's have a no-holds-barred fight to the death! Oh, he's at 204. I didn't think he was at 209. I don't know. But, so that's the thing. He's so easily convinced, so now he's fine with it. Alright. Interesting, though. Interesting. So, right now, Chrono's objective should be to rip that staff out of Kizashi's hands. If anything, like, quickly pause, like, I'd pause, and then disintegrate, or, like, accelerate his arm off, and then grab the staff, and if not launch it, no, I'd probably just launch it. Be like, go fetch, and just throw that thing. Or just run away with it. Like, I would not do that. Or that's the thing, I wouldn't want him close either, because Kizashi's attacks at such high range. I wouldn't even, like, go after Gokuraku and crew. I'd leave them alone. Let's see. Oh yeah, good point! Let's have a no-holds-barred fight to the death! Well, as they're being dealt with, let's say I settle things on this end. What? Desarros. Gokanda did not work last. If you don't bring out the gun! I said it. But, like, if you don't bring out... But, like, man, if you don't stop resorting to Gokanda, I know you want the trial, but still. That's an interesting perspective drawn here. Very long nose. Let's see. Oh. Alright. Okay, alright. So we're just getting... Alright, and we do... Okay, so man, this chapter... It's feeding us. Let's see. Block? Alright. My name is the Reverser Majik. It is my honor to serve Lord Worldhater as Hitsugi of one of the 7 stars. So is Hitsugi even his real name? I actually wonder. The Reverser Majik, though. That explains the Alpha Reflection ability, and that explains the ability to revive the dead, at least temporarily. My trial is to offer me 10,000 deaths. Offer you as in, like, slaughter you 10,000 times, or, like, slaughter 10,000 people, and then, like, give them to you as offerings? Because slaughtering you 10,000 times, it take a while, but that's possible. Slaughtering 10,000 people, though, probably not. Let's see. Okay, Desarros, what are you going to do, though? What are you going to do? Let's see. The fit is mad hard, though. Why is the fit so fine? Why is the fit? Let's see. This is what you wanted to know, isn't it? My trial. What's more, let me do you an extra special favor. This once, I'll provide the 10,000 lives. All right here, ready for you. Yeah, so it is a case of... Interesting, though. He has a lot of power, then. But... Oh, no, he's reversing it. I thought he was, like, warping another ship. No, he's lifting up a ship. He's reversing the course of the ship, technically, and, like, raising it into the... Interesting, though. So that implies that he's probably... If he truly is the Reverser Majik, right, and his main dominion is reversing any phenomena, if I had to assume, right, because he used Alpha on Gokanda, and let's say he reversed the effects of Gokanda in order to trap Desarros. He didn't, like, desummon or unage Gokanda. He just reversed Gokanda back onto Desarros. He reversed the state of death, quote unquote, on the souls that were under the water, and he brought them back to like a living state. But technically that was an undead state. He didn't necessarily, so he doesn't have dominion over time necessarily. He's just able to reverse certain phenomena. So he actually is very powerful. But I'll provide the 10,000 lives. He is still extremely powerful, and clearly that reversing ability. It's interesting, though, because he made himself a body out of, like Desarros says, the dust that he was turned into made himself a body to new fit out of the remaining dead bodies that he had already summoned back. So, I wonder if Leo Campus has anything to do with reversing, though, in, like, actual mythology. I don't know, I have to look into that. Let's see. This once, I'll provide the 10,000 lives, all right here, ready for you to kill. Oh, okay. Well... If they're... Now, y'all gonna be like, whoa, Pencil Man, ain't that a little dark? And this is gonna sound a little dark. I will admit. Well, actually, no. There are a couple. Let me, before I go into like the darkness of the trial, if I was Desarros, how I possibly handle it. But it is kind of crazy. He's just dropping all this, right? We now know he's the reverse of Majik. He is one of the 7 stars. So he met 2 of the 7 stars of the world leader. At least 5 stars unknown. It definitely seems like Uro's not one of the 7 stars. Not only because clearly Kizashi didn't know about Uro, but also Hitsugi doesn't refer to him as another one of the 7 stars. So we have 2 of the 7 stars. So we have 5 more to meet. We're only 61 chapters deep. We're probably not, like, I highly doubt every single arc is going to introduce a new star. There still is just the general purpose of hunting down new Majiks. So we're probably not going to meet all the 7 stars for a while. I do wonder if we're ever going to get an actual group fight with the 7 stars. Do I see Kizashi or Hitsugi actually being tamed or captured this arc? Or even defeated? No. I feel like this is much more... This is, how do I put this? Not like I feel like it is weirdly enough it's a winnable boss fight, but it's an unwinnable boss fight. Like I don't think we're going to remove Kizashi and or Hitsugi from the narrative this soon. I think we're gonna escape them for now, and then like ultimately they're going to make the choice of like laying full siege to the entire Mantenno Witches Association. Like I just think ultimately it's gonna be that, right? Like they're gonna weigh their losses unless they want to go to full war at this moment, which they probably don't. They just won't, right? I don't think we're going to beat them. Though, with that being said, the trial is to offer 10,000 deaths. I'm assuming Desarros' main conflict here is the idea like she doesn't want to slaughter humans. But they're already gone. Desarros, I feel like you definitely do have the AoE to do this. I say go for it. If he's providing, I mean that's a powerful body to have under your control, and you remove him off the table. Let's see. I've brought 10,000 dead back to life. Yeah, so he brings them back to life, but clearly he doesn't bring them back to life as they are, right? Oh, unless he's gonna be able to go further this time. He reverses them to the point of possibly they're like he gives them life again. He reverses the state of death, but I don't think he actually undoes their time or anything in the same way that Crow hypothetically could. Even then, I don't think Crow could like restore souls or anything like that. I think he just restore the time passed on the physical biomatter. Let's see. I've brought 10,000 dead back to life. Kill all of them, and you will pass my trial. I know. Let's call this the death of 10,000 corpses. I mean, like, hey. The thing is, though, it's gonna suck because you destroy the ship, but Desarros. Get that? Oh, but some of them are falling into the water still. But Desarros, catch these bodies. Oh, yeah, she going for it. Looks like she's immediately going for it. All right, let's see. Or she may be going just to attack Hitsugi, right? Because the death of 10,000 corpses. Like, none of these should be a threat to Desarros at all. Let's see. Now then, let's see how long you can stay sane, drowning in the blood of your fellows. Show me just how powerful the greatest witch is. There we... Okay, so I'm assuming the 10,000 isn't actually even his trial. But there we go. Iskandar... I forgot the name of it. Iskandar it is. This is like, wait. I didn't actually think you're gonna... It's probably not actually... He's probably just lying. I'm assuming he's lying. There's no way we're actually gonna capture his... I mean, like, if we do, that'd be hilarious. But there's no way we're actually gonna capture Hitsugi. But yeah, and look at that. Good. So Desarros doesn't care. She probably definitely does care, but she's like, they're already gone. And if this is a way to get you off the table, this is worth doing. But there we go. Iskandar, man. Iskandar, and it immediately just wipes everybody. And I love how Desarros is consistently at the center of it all. I wonder what Iskandar's trial was, though. This is an interesting, like, this is probably when she just had a straight up fight. Let's see. Don't know what you're expecting, but the title of greatest is not so flimsy that something this paltry will shake me. This is spicy. He's the baddest, dog. I will find... Well, I know where they are. But I will find you, friend of mine, who dares say that Shirobadana is better, dog. Desarros is the... Like, she's her. She's her on every single level. She is legit. She's up there with, like, Setting and Freerid as my favorite new-gen female character. And it's not really a competition. Like, not even... She's just goated. She's going with the sauce. She's going with the sauce. And she's bad. And she's bad. She's not even bad. She's the baddest. She's the baddest. If you look like Desarros, hit my line. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Let's see. Still, it's funny. For as much as you say you hate the word love, your trial hinges on the emotions that connect humans to each other. And that is true, right? He hates... And you know what? that is actually pretty common, where people despise sort of what defines them. If that makes any sense. Like, notably, I know that there are some people. Well, I think of it like this. I mentioned this friend before, who was like insanely good at math. Like basically a living calculator. But he hated that, right? Like he did end up to a decent degree becoming defined by that because he never had to struggle anything mathically. He like math was so easy for him, it was boring. He's like, you're just inputting numbers and you're getting them out. Like, it's not complicated. And I was like, not everybody can do that at your level, dog. It's crazy. But he hated that. He hated that he was defined by that ability, and everyone expected him to go into a math-related field. He didn't. I'm perfectly happy for him. He didn't. Now I don't know what he's doing, though, because he initially was doing one thing, but now I spoke to him recently. He said, yeah, I'm trying something new. And he's like, and I asked him, what is that something new? And he's like, actually, I don't know just yet. And I'm just taking a break. And I was like, oh, well, he's good off. He was making good enough money as it is. He can take that break and figure out whatever he wants to do. That's the thing, right? He did not like that he was defined by that, so he went out of his way to despise that and then do something else. And he did more than just fine. He was good off in what he did. But in this case, Hitsugi hates that he's defined by these emotions, and thus he rebels so heavily against them, but he can't really do anything to avoid it. But your trial hinges on the emotions that connect humans to each other. Well, let me see. Yeah. Is it me, or are you actually more interested than anyone in human love and friendship? Oh, she's got a mouth. All right, interesting. So are we actually? They're watching the fight. Like, wait, we're gonna be fried. Wait, please. But Chrono. So we're gonna get a Chrono and Gokuraku double team against Kizashi with the Warriors. This is gonna be interesting because Kizashi's still clearly using his base magic. We'll see. Is it me, or are you actually more interested than anyone in human love and friendship? What turned you into a spiteful turned into a spiteful creep just because nobody would notice you? Talk about oh, shoot! Oh, jeez! I need her. I'd do anything. I would do anything. I would do anything. I want her so badly. If you look like Desarros, hit my lock. Yo, anyone know how to isekai themselves? Could y'all isekai me into the Ichi-the-Witch world? I know I wouldn't have powers. I don't care. Just one chance. Just one, please. I've never been this down bad for an anime character, bro. It's just lines on the page, bro. It's just lines on the page, but nah. Talk about lame, you lonely old. I'm not gonna say that. I know I can't, but I'm not gonna say that. Oh, she's so bad though. Oh, she's so bad. Yo, I need it. And she's right though. She's right. Let's see. What do you have to say to that, Hitsugi? Is he gonna fully tweak into his Leo Campus form now? Let's see. Oh. Interesting. You know, he reminds me of this gives me like Arba vibes. Ironically enough, for anyone who read Manga, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It gives me Arba vibes. Let's see. A brief aside. The difficulty of a Majik's trial is proportional to their disposition towards humans. The friendlier they are, the less difficult their trial. The more they dislike humans, the harder it gets. Okay, so that's interesting. Once again, we're probably fighting some sort of deity dog by the end of this manga, because this once again seems intentional and designed. Like, it doesn't even seem like they choose their own trials. It's like their trial gets updated depending on how they feel. So like they still have their own free will to a degree, but if their trial just proportionally rises, because it's proportional. Like it's like if a human hitting Majik suddenly started to like humans more, the trial would get easier. So like technically, I bet Chrono's trial probably isn't even that hard, because he's like okay with humans and he specifically loves one. So his trial probably isn't even that difficult. He just doesn't want to tell anybody because he doesn't want to be captured. But vice versa, if he were to suddenly hate humans more, then his trial would get harder. That's very interesting. So much lore in this chat. I love it. Let's see. The friendlier they are, the less difficult their trial. The more difficult they dislike the more they dislike humans, the harder it gets. Thus, If you slide the scale all the way up to the human haters, the trials get so hideously unfair. It's clear the Majiks are actively trying to not be acquired. Okay, so maybe it is actively trying. So, like, once again, it's they kind of choose their trial? I don't know, it's weird. I do want to know if a Majik chooses its trial or if it's intended from birth, right? Like, could Bakugami, when he first spawned in, have given his trial? And then it would have just been super easy. I don't know. Because this does imply more free will. This is less design, right? Because it gets so hideously unfair, it's clear the Majiks are actively trying to not be acquired. That's interesting. Let's see. Ah, okay. Nah, I figured. With the ability to revive the dead, I figured it would go something like this. Let's see. In other words, a human hater's Majik's trial is not just supremely difficult. It's the worst possible tragedy they can think of. Big sister. Ching. Oh, and it rings. So I didn't realize that hair detail was a bell. But it does ring. Alright. Yeah, that makes sense. All the human haters. It's not just supremely difficult, it's the worst possible. But again, though, does Kizashi know? Does Kizashi know his trial? Like, does he know that counter on his chest means that, like, he only has 204 lives left? I don't think he does. Like, that's the thing. It's so weird. Like, did Uro truly get to design himself to be immune to ever being captured by witches, who are the only ones who can capture Majiks? That feels weird. Like, I don't know. Some of that does feel weird. But overall, a glorious, juicy, amazing, Trumliumptious chapter. My toes are curled. Like, literally, my toes could curl through my feet. They would right now. I'm not even playing it. Like they're getting curled right now. But yeah, an amazing chapter. Why? Well, one, I will admit, just the lore, the color cover page alone makes this chapter worthy, right? I mean, it's peachy the way. Okay, I'm not gonna go into that. I spent so much time. I spent so much time coloring and breaking down the color page and how it works for these three characters. And I do like how this does end up playing into the whole idea of human hate. If only the only way this cover would have been better is if Bakugami was somehow snuck on here, because then it would be like all the human haters. But I get why it's only the human haters who are featured in this arc in particular. Bakugami hasn't popped up yet. But I do like we get a reference back to Bakugami. But with it being the case, real quick, the reason this chapter works is, once again, it shows the core fundamental weakness of Kizashi, right? The childish nature of him and how easily he's able to fold. And ultimately why him actually fighting Chrono is better than him fighting Desarros. Because if he actually grew to like Desarros, who knows what he would do, right? Because Desarros is extremely powerful. So it's actually a good thing that the matchups actually worked out. Because Chrono now has a hard counter in the World Hater stat that he needs to work around. And obviously, Kizashi has 204 lives, so he'll be fine. But mentality-wise, Kizashi's clear, wavering loyalty and childish nature clearly is meant to be a weakness of the character that will probably be exploited in one way or another by Chrono, by our cast, right? I think Kizashi's going to be the most easy to fold because he's so inconsistent and wishy-washy. You see that as early as page 1, where he says, "Oh, won't they? Oh, if they don't, then I guess that means they were weak. Oh, well." He's so easily foldable. And then, of course, we have Hitsugi himself, right? Hitsugi is a fantastic character, right? Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Shiro Uzumaki-sensei and Osamu Nishi-sensei not only have the ability to make just absolute banger designs on Shiro Uzumaki-sensei's front, but Osamu Nishi-sensei has the amazing ability to fantastically write a character like this. Very specifically, seeing how Kizashi, once again, dances this line between, like, genuine care and respect of Majiks and their abilities and what they want to do and what they're capable of when they're strong. And a clear, the beautiful thing is, Desarros isn't wrong. Chrono wasn't wrong. It's clear that they are. Hitsugi has yet to refute any of their claims about him being lonely or not knowing love or anything like he clearly goes against that. And the idea that he hates himself by what he is defined by is also clear to be a part of his character. Like that complicated nature of the character, beautiful. The fit, beautiful. His words, immaculate. Everything. And even his planning, him being the clear, like, he very much is. It's funny though, because, like, the whole point about Pain and Obito, or Toby at the time, is that you didn't know that Obito was, like, the leader of the Akatsuki. But very specifically, if the world hater is Obito, then Hitsugi is clearly the Pain, from his smooth talking to at least the voice I'm giving him. I'm very interested in, like, 5 years when Ichi the Witch gets an anime and we finally get to Hitsugi. That I'm very interested to see where it goes. But in terms of his voice, but very specifically from how he speaks, how he controls, how he manipulates, he very much gives that Pain vibe to me, where he's the mouthpiece for something greater. You could argue he's definitely more, arguably, like, Black Zetsu Kaguya coded or Black Zetsu Madara coded, but still, that's what comes to mind to me in terms of like how he plays things like that, and I like that, and how he manipulates, because it's clear that he's willing to manipulate and gaslight even those who are his fellow 7 stars. That's really, really cool. And same thing with Kizashi. Kizashi's a simpler character, but I do like, once again, how I'm seeing hypothetical failing of his character being built up to and established over and over and over again. Then, of course, like I mentioned, this chapter, man, if you invested in World Hater stocks even when they were low, or no, when they were low, ooh, you're eating good. Ooh, you're eating good. Because there's nothing but World Hater hype, World Hater glaze, World Hater upscale. It's all delicioso. Delicioso, scrumblyumptious. So, y'all are eating fantastic because everything's upscale. I like, once again, because of how much lore and information the chapter gives us, I like this established that there are a handful, which could mean as low as 2 or as high as, like, 5, or if you do both hands, I know handfuls, or handful and a handful, but like possibly 5 separate weapons that are capable of warping Majik. How many characters do we have in our main cast? Ichi, Gokuraku, and Desarros. And who knows if Kamugi will ever get some sort of combat role. That's 4. There's only a handful of weapons out there, and one of them in this handful is already taken up by the World Hater. So if there are only 5, we have 4 main characters who could all get a magic warping and destroying Majik tier weapon. That's very interesting how that's set up. I do like that. We get the announcement behind it. We get the explanation for it. Once again, some juicy lore. Then, I like that, once again, I already mentioned I like Hitsugi's manipulations. Then I like Hitsugi, once again, playing these games, right? As a person who hates love, but understands love, and hates humans, but understands humans, the way he gives up everything, right? The way that he's like, I'm the reverse of Majik, I'm one of the 7 stars, offer me 10,000 deaths. The way he goes to manipulate, and it fails too, at least at first, is also very, very good. I like that Hitsugi, once again, his disrespect and hatred of love and humans backfires, in the sense that he doesn't really respect the human given title to Desarros as the greatest, the strongest witch in the entire world. And Desarros immediately claps back at him by flexing East Kandar, one of her many Majiks, and violating this, and possibly maybe even reaching his trial point to a degree. Though I wouldn't be shocked if he's lying about his trial. Maybe he isn't, but once again, I don't think we're actually going to acquire Hitsugi. I believe Desarros, especially next chapter where she's going to have to clearly deal with Libro, she's going to presumably meet the condition for the trial, and then it's not going to work, because one where, like, there's going to be some loophole. I highly doubt Hitsugi's going to be acquired by Desarros this soon. As cool as that would be, I actually don't think it'd be the smartest move narratively. But still, who knows? Maybe it could work, maybe it can't. I've been tricked and broken my ankles by ichithewitch before, so I'm perfectly down with it. But essentially, I like that Desarros' powers once again being reaffirmed. He's actually finally getting the flex and go crazy. And at the same time, I like how she does directly call out Hitsugi, but then Hitsugi gets to do the call back. Once again, every single time Hitsugi seems to take an L, he comes back and flexes harder, right? Last chapter, he gets violated by Chrono. He comes back more dripped out than ever before, and then proceeds to amp Kizashi to a threat that he's actually able to contend with Chrono. And he sets up that entire fight. Then he goes to clap against Desarros. Desarros claps back by one-shotting a majority of the things he summons, only for him to play into the hatred by summoning Libro, by taking her weakness and bringing it directly to her. This consistent feeding back and forth. Even if, once again, my little baby critique, because it is really a baby critique from last chapter of, well, we're not actually getting much fighting, right? It's characters just getting one shot in mass and mass and mass. Not only are we still technically building to a fight, we've just set up Chrono versus Kizashi as a 1v1, and we can still definitely do something with Desarros versus Hitsugi if Hitsugi ever decides to fight at all in his Leo Campus form, or just even in his human form again. We are still building, and we're still we're having a fight, but in a less traditional punch, stab, slash sense. We're having a fight in each character's making a move, and there's a counter move, and a move, and then there's a counter move, and a move, and there's a counter move. Narratively, character-wise, interaction-wise, and that's still good. That's still good fight writing. It's just not traditional fight writing, and that's fine. So ultimately, it's not even a critique. This is a 10 out of 10 chapter. We get so much lore, we get so much character work, we get so much of everything. It's all gas. There's nothing wrong with this chapter, and I'm excited to see how Desarros reacts to seeing little bro. Libro. I'm very excited. My toes? Oh no, they're curled. But with that being the case, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, please do me a favor and leave back from the grave in the comment section down below. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to hit that little notification bell so you do not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do want to have a Patreon down below where you support me for as low as $1 a month. To get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. Also now become a member to the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks include live reactions to every other series I happen to review, early access to every series I happen to review, your name at the end of literally every single video, early access to all my videos ad-free, and I mean all the videos for not just this channel, but also the second channel that got the reaction, which will be linked in the description down below. And I release videos 1 p.m. EST on Saturday every single week over there. But of course, as a Patreon member, you get early access to those videos, and I do mean early access, like early access. And they're also ad-free, all that, you get that. And if you want to just drop 5 beans for a short video or 25 beans to a long video, you can go to the Ko-Fi description down below for a one-time donation if you don't want to do like a recent, consistent subscription thing. But overall, with that being the case, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Wait, where is it? Where is it? I literally just had it. I'm about to say, this is that guy with the pencil writing off. Alright, lady, thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zera, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Guilmi, Buddha Uda, Enzo, Swift Strike, Super Flame 0, Yuki Ally, Azo2404, Striker Man, Grim, Ollie, Da Boy, Corey Watson, Damon Brown, Majik, CCC, Armando Furen, Dino, Heath Nelson, Hector Gonzalez, Black Sage, Zapro, Tim Thomas, Alex Kenny, Kaving, Julian Perez, 8SOA, Akulade Babatunde, Union I, RXN, Nevis97, Sheesh King, Logan Guzman, Karina Hernandez, Window Life, Dead Meme, Karudir, Reyna, Christian Carter, Jagoda, Keon Stewart, Donovan McIntosh, Sino King, and Hamza Idrisi. Then, I'd like to thank you to our line art tier patrons: A+A, Kevin Encarnacion, Sean, Midnight Lord 21, Dread Zoen, and Norgazi Andasov. Then, I'd like to thank you to our ink tier members: King RTX and Shrimpo the 4 Shrimp 06. And I'd like to thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. And I'd like to give a final thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Walking Munoz and Walking Munoz.